Alright, welcome back. So this is part 3 of trying to develop perfect pitch. And this is minor cadences. So this exercise will be very similar in explanation to the major cadence portion I described earlier. So what I would recommend is going back to the first video and try to understand the first video of major cadences and try to understand what I was talking about. So minor cadences are very similar to major cadences, except that the third and sixth notes in a given scale is lowered a half step for each chord. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Note that the fingerings are ambiguous and you should look them up on your own. The chord progression is similar such that you start in root position, followed by the 4 chord, back to the root chord, the 5 chord, the 5-7 chord, and ending with the root chord. So once again, to transition from major cadences to minor cadences, the third note in the root position and the sixth note in the 4 chord respectively are decreased by a half step. The 5 and 5-7 chords, this is important, don't change when transitioning from major to minor chords. So these chords are not changed from the from the major cadences, but the other ones are. So let's begin. For C minor, you would play C, E flat, and G. And that is for the root position. And you would play C, F, and A flat for the 4 chord. Back to C, E flat, and G for the root position. B, D, and G for the 5 chord. B, F, and G for the 5-7 chord. And back to the root position, C, E flat, and G. Yeah, for the first and second inversions, you do exactly as I mentioned previously with the minor chord changes. And try to see if you can figure out these chords for yourself. This is the rest of the minor cadences. So the first inversion is played by playing E flat, G, and C. F, A flat, and C. E flat, G, and C. D, G, and B. F, G, and B. E flat, G, and C. The second inversion is played by playing G, C, and E flat. A flat, C, and F. G, C, and E flat. G, B, and D. G, B, and F. And back to G, C, and E flat. Yep. And that was pretty much it for C minor. So I think I will cut this video short again, just in case I would go over 10 minutes, even though it's probably more like 5 minutes. I can't tell. But well, anyway, thank you for watching, and Tune back in for part 2.